what point or stage of a player's career, Wes, does that request, whether it's a request or the, hey, I'm willing to take less for myself.
Yeah.
When does that become a point of pride or compared to maybe a point of disrespect? At what point does that change? Because it's a fine line, I would suggest.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it comes down to more kind of how your career has gone up to that point. Like, because there's some guys that maybe are, in their 30s, but maybe they were bouncing around in the NFL, then they ended up here. Maybe they don't have a bunch of money, so they're really just still trying to, make some money off of this. And if you're playing at a high level, you're number one, number two in the league, then you're going to ask for your money. But then there's guys who, are lucky, like a quarterback position, or maybe a Canadian offensive lineman, or maybe a guy who's been a number one receiver or running back for years. Then they have that type of money saved up, and they can kind of be like, yeah, I've made my money. Now I'm in it for the rings. It's important to me. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Kurt. So I think it's kind of more where you're at as a person, but you also, like, if you're putting up big time numbers and you're always the guy, and then your team just assumes you're going to take less money, I would maybe take that as a little disrespect. I'd be like, you got to approach it lightly as a general manager, right? You kind of got to be like, so what are you thinking? Are we trying to win it again? Are you happy? Like,
what's it going to take? Even with those guys around you on the receiving core?
I feel like you almost have to concede a little bit of maybe letting that guy help build the roster if he's going to take a pay cut, and he should have some say on who he likes or who he thinks he should keep. Like, make sure we keep this guy, that guy. If I'm going to give up some of my money, I want to make sure it's going to people that I think, are going to help me win.
So are you pointing then right at the offensive line, saying, okay, I want this guy blocking for me. I want these two guys catching passes, and if we don't have him at middle linebacker, then we're in trouble. Is that specifically like that?
I think if I was in that position, I'd say that. I don't know if that's the way it goes down. I'm sorry, guys. I've never had the pleasure. You know what I mean? But if I'm taking a pay cut, you guys are like, we can't do it without you, but we also need you to maybe hit us a little lighter in the pockets. And I'm like, all right, well, then I need so-and-so. Y'all better re-sign this guy. And, I'm approaching it like that.